Hi, I'm Jordan from Everest Laboratories. In this video, I'll walk you through a random student drug testing program for your school. These guidelines will be important when you're considering setting one up, but will not be set in stone. Each school will be able to customize their program for their school's needs. In your random student drug testing program, it's important that the student identity stay confidential. Each student will be assigned a number, and that list of numbers will be provided to the drug testing company. They will then randomly select, so there's no bias from the school, and provide that number to the school designee. The school designee is going to be someone appointed by the school to help run the drug testing program on the school side. It can be a principal, assistant principal, athletic director, or someone that the school sees fit to help run the program. Additionally, prior to the start of the school year, the testing date should be selected. This will help provide that there's no bias in testing, that they want to test the students after an athletic event or if they heard about a party. It will help show that there's no gotcha moment from the school, but instead it's a truly random program. Before a student can provide the urine sample for their drug screen, the bathroom first needs to be outfitted so it's tamper-proof. This is done by either shutting the water off to the sink or taping the faucet handle or sensor and putting a blue dye tablet in the toilet so none of the water can be used to dilute the sample. An important step in your random student drug testing is determining how you're going to test your students. In front of us we have 4 different drug screens. These 3 will test urine, and this is an oral saliva test. This is probably the most common and what people are the most familiar with in a urine drug screen that is filled up and the cup is sent to the lab for the initial screen. The great part about this is that people are familiar with it, but the downfall is it has a longer turnaround time of a day or 2 days because it has to be transported to the lab. This is a one-step rapid urine screen. The student will fill up the cup with their urine, and as soon as the urine's in the cup, the testing starts. It can be read in about 5 to 10 minutes. This is what we call the 2-step rapid urine screen, which is the same as the 1-step where they fill up the urine, but the collector will have this key to activate the start of the test when they put it in the side of the cup. Both of these can be used as testing as the same level of accuracy and confidence as a screen that is sent to the lab. Additionally, we have the oral urine drug screen, which some schools and employers are starting to go with. It's less invasive on the donor, and you just take the stick and collect the saliva and put it in. This is also a rapid screen, but the difference is the saliva is going to have a shorter detection period for the drug than it will for the urine. All of these tests are backed up with positive confirmatory testing to ensure there's no false positives, along with a medical review officer review of the confirmatory test. On the date of testing, you need to summon the student to the designated testing area in your school. This can be done by calling the student down or having the school designee physically go and get the student and remove them from class and walk down with them. In addition, when the student is selected for testing, it's good practice to notify the parents or guardians of the student that they're going to be tested. This will keep the parents involved in the program and give them confidence that you're not trying to hide something from them. Another step in the student drug testing program is verifying that the student sample is truly theirs and it hasn't been tampered with. This is done with the chain of custody form that's filled out by the collector and the student. The collector will fill out the top half, and this bottom part in the blue will be for the student. They'll sign and date it and read a statement that verifies the sample is theirs and they haven't tampered with it. This chain of custody form will go along if you use the lab screen, or if any of the rapid screens come back positive, it will accompany the sample to the lab so you can track it the entire way. When the student gets to the designated testing area, it's a good idea to let the student pick the cup they'll be using for the testing. Each of these cups will be sealed already so they know that it hasn't been tampered with when they choose it. When the student has selected their cup and ready to provide the sample, the first thing they should do is empty their pockets. They should not be bringing their phone, wallet, keys, or anything else into the bathroom with them. After they've provided their specimen, whether it's in the rapid cup or the conventional urine cup, what you're going to do is either prepare the sample for transport or get ready to read the results of your test. Next thing that will be read is the temperature gauge. This is on all 3 of the urine cups, and it will be used to determine if the urine is real. If it's too cold or too hot, we will know that the urine did not come from their body. In addition, if you're using the conventional cup, it will be poured off and packaged up with the chain of custody form and sent out. Either be sent through the mail or a courier will be coming to pick it up and take it to the lab. If you're using the rapid screens, the results will be read, and if they're negative, it is done. If the screen comes back positive, it will again be packaged up with a chain of custody form and sent to the lab via mail or courier. If your urine drug screen comes back positive, this is not the end of testing. Whether it being at the lab or a rapid drug screen on site, the positive screen will only mean that it reflexes into a confirmatory testing. This will test the urine again for the drug that was positive the first time in the urine. If the confirmatory testing comes back positive, a medical review officer will review the case and contact the student They will ask them to provide any prescription drugs that they may be on to show that this is why the sample was positive. After your urine drug screen results come back, it is recommended that you provide the student with a letter saying what their drug test results were. This will give the student an official document from the school saying that they passed or failed the drug test. It's completely possible that on the testing date, the student will be unable to provide a urine specimen. If this happens, you have a few options. First would be to provide the student with a bottle of water and let them drink and see if they can provide a specimen in the recommended amount of time. If they can't, it's recommended that you test them again on the next testing date. Another option would be to use the oral or saliva drug screen because they can't provide the urine specimen. This would allow you to still test the student on the day of testing. A great addition for your random student drug testing program is to allow parents to volunteer their kids to be drug tested. This could be if a parent is suspicious of their kid doing drugs and they want them to be tested, or if they want to volunteer them to be in the program as a whole because they really believe that it has great merit. What this will do is keep the parents involved with your drug testing program and give them confidence that what you're doing can really help their kids.